Hey man, you watching Cold Red with the one and only big homie. My big homie, KB. It's up there and it's stuck here. Boom!
Hey, what up? We in Cold Red. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm your host, the Playmaker, and we got a very, very special guest in the building. Say, man, we got Core DJ Kev
Most
in the
definitely.
building.
Yes, they got me, y'all. The whole city been trying to get me. Code Red got me, y'all.
Hey,
the
man.
first interview in the world, man, I ever done. But you know what? Code Red, you got it. Let's do it.
Hey, man, listen, man. I didn't hit you, man. I said, man, I got to get him on the couch. Man. I know you busy running around the country, man, handling your business, man.
Yes,
so I want to thank you for being here today with me.
Gratitude. It's all love.
Man, I got some very in-depth questions I want to ask you.
Most definitely.
You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Well, let's get right to it. So, Kev, tell the people where you're originally from.
I'm originally from Chicago. Born and raised Chicago, Illinois. Moved to Milwaukee, 1993. Moved here. Mom graduated from dental school. She wanted to open up a practice here in Milwaukee, so we came to Milwaukee. Good she came because I was a little hothead in Chicago, of course, and got here, got myself on track. Ended up going to South Division High School where I graduated at, and moved forward in life. Got my life on the right track, got a lot of positive things going. Started having children, of course, and here I am today, DJ Kev.
DJ Kev. What side of town are you from, man?
South Side, Inglewood.
Okay. And Milwaukee?
In Milwaukee, when we moved here, we moved on 24th and Locust.
Okay.
So I love the hood. The hood love me. That's where I'm from when I came here. And so if you ask me where I represent Milwaukee, I always try to say 24th Street.
24PL.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a wild side of town, man. Hey, man, 24PL. Shout out to them boys over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kev, let's talk about the early days, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because there was a time before you did music, right?
Yes, sir.
So what was life like then?
I'll tell you, as a younger, like I say, I became a father, so of course I had to step my game up. I was still living the street life. The street life, of course, you know, we come from Chicago, so I came up with that mentality in Milwaukee, and I see Milwaukee was a little wide open, so I took advantage of it. So of course, hey, no sugarcoat it. Did what I had to do to survive, did what I had to do to take care of me, my newborn, you know, did what I had to do. But eventually grew out of that, got into the work world, you know, believe it or not, I did loss prevention. My background was loss prevention for a long time. I did private security, then I ended up getting hired through companies as far as Target and Walmart. Of course, Walmart was the biggest company I worked for, which I put in about 12 years with Walmart with loss prevention. Did security work, did a lot of different things, but music was always a passion for me.
Okay.
So most definitely loss prevention was the background of me.
So you spoke about Milwaukee. Coming from Chicago, was it considered to be a sweet spot?
I don't want to use the word sweet.
Pause.
Yeah, no. But Milwaukee was a place that, once again, I'm going to just take you back to my Chicago as we believe in what we call growth and development, you know what I'm saying, with me being a former gang member. So there was a lot of room for growth here and a lot of development here in Milwaukee. I knew there was a lot of gangbanging, somewhat gangbanging. Gangbanging here was different from Chicago, not taking away from saying these cats out here ain't man, listen, up top, man, they ain't playing out here in Milwaukee. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of growth, there was a lot of development here, which I locked into and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And so I thank Milwaukee, all the guys who I hung around, who was in the hood, like from the BOSs, what you call these guys, the 2-4s, a lot of them guys. I locked in with a lot of guys around here, which I was remain neutral to all them guys, you know what I'm saying? But locked in with all them guys, they opened up the pay for me, man. Always gave me the green light right here in the city of Milwaukee, and I love the city, man.
I mean, you came to town, man, when it was very active.
Yes.
But it probably was a step down to what you was accustomed to.
Yes.
So our active wasn't really...
Right, and so that's why when I got here and I realized, I'm like, whoa, you know, like you know, like I said, being a former gang member, I said, man, we ain't got no counts out here. Who the governor? Who the, you know, how we break it down in Chicago? Who? They're like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me do some homework. I did some homework, not taking away from what Milwaukee set up as be, because everyone, every city, every state, gang banging is always different, you know, hands down. I'm trying to tell y'all, so ain't nobody better than nobody when it comes to gang banging. But they banged here, they did what they had to do. But what I like about Milwaukee was, for example, if I was a gangster disciple and a user vice lord, I noticed here these guys get along better here than versus Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Even though in today's world things change, but back then, I see guys collaborating, doing what they had to do, getting money together, hanging out, having fun. You know, and Milwaukee been set up like that. But you know, it is what it is when it comes down to the business part. Like I said, it never got into that situation when I've been here. Never been in a jam like that since I've been here. But at the end of the day, I liked it how it was a smooth transition. And like I say in Chicago, if you know anything we do out there, it's got to be on count. That means it's got to be accountable for, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between Chicago and Milwaukee, you know.
Okay. Did you go to high school here?
Yes.
What high school did you attend?
South Division High School.
South Division
They
High School.
put me at South Division. First I went to North. I didn't like North. My cousin was attending South Division. My cousin, Fred Jones, which he made it to the NBA, graduated from South Division. So I just wanted to take that last name and say, let me go over there. I might don't hoop, but I'm going to do something. But yeah, I went to South Division, man. The first 2 years was rough for me over there. Of course, we know why, dealing with the thing initially what we talked about was the gang banging with the Latin Kings. And I was a little hothead, of course. Like I say, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't wearing my hat straight. Everything had to be to the right.
Right.
I done had shotguns put on me from the Latin Kings, all they telling me straighten the hats up and all that stuff because I joined the food program there. So I used to stay after school, and after that, we'd get on the bus. I think that's the number 20, I think. So we stand right there, they'd pull up on us and all that. But, and then a lot of people started to visit see I wasn't standing down, so a lot of guys wanted to ride with me. And so then at that, my freshman year, I had it rough because the gang, they had, I forgot the name of it, the police people was there, the gang squad, I don't know, I forgot what they called them. But they put me in the office like, dude, who are you? And I'm like, nobody, man. Like, dude, everybody adapting to you, like, you different, you know, like. So the gang squad, whatever they call this, I forgot, they got locked in on me, thought I was on some that type of time, and I just straight out, I said, I'm not on nothing. I'm who I am, and I'm not gonna stand down. This is what I do, this is what I am. But I ain't bothered nobody, you know. And so they monitored me, they was on me, man. Like, they made me catch the bus dip. I couldn't get on the buses or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do nothing, man. They had the 19 double deckers because we used to ride up to Tech, mess with the guys up at Tech, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little weird, but the growth out of that is once I became a sophomore, junior, senior, moving forward, man, things changed in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, with having a child at that time and grew up, got out of it.
So let me ask you, what was the call homes like? Like when you called back to Chicago and said, man, these cats up here is different.
Yeah, and my people at home like, Kev, man, you turned to a Milwaukee dude, man. You a Milwaukee dude, man. We call you an up north dude, man. I said, y'all call it what you want. But I can tell you this story, real life story, man. Out of all my Chicago family, my peoples, my friends, and everybody who has came out here, who never even visited Milwaukee, didn't even know Milwaukee existed. But when they did come out here, they did see a difference, you know. Especially if you come up here on that type of level, not saying you come and do anything illegal, nothing like that, but what they seen was a difference. You know, back in the 90s, like I said, no bullcrap. Like, you know, Milwaukee was clean. Milwaukee clean from where we from. Now, Milwaukee clean, man. Milwaukee clean. It was, you know, everything was there. Our favorite restaurant back in the day was New York Chicken. You know what I'm saying? So all my guys come from Chicago, man, take me to New York Chicken, man. I'm going on North Avenue, man.
Yeah.
And the corned beef spot. And so Milwaukee has some solidified good things that my people's from Chicago who liked it, still today like it. You know what I'm saying? My best friends I've been friends with over 35 years, who I call my brothers, who own property here as well, like me, in Milwaukee now. You know what I'm saying? So that let you know, it's there, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, let the record be known that I do have family here. So I'm familiar with Milwaukee. We just, when we moved here, because my mama brought me to Milwaukee every summer. So that was my, she didn't want me in Chicago in the summer, so she would ship me out here. But I was a hothead out here because I had to go to my grandma's house, which she stayed on 26 in Burleigh,
Okay.
of course. That's how I knew Tweezy and all them guys, you know, at a younger age, you know what I'm saying? So so moving here and versus coming in summer was two different things, you know. So I knew I had to go home, but once I moved here, things changed, you know what I'm saying? So the city grew me up. Milwaukee, man, the city really grew me up.
It's definitely been good to you.
Yes, sir.
At what age did you find your love for music? And like when you found that love, were you actively involved as an artist and then moved into DJing? So what was that like?
A legit story, man. As a shorty, I liked the music. Like I said, we're being from Chicago. DJ Sluggo, DJ Wax, all these guys, man. All the low end DJ, we call them the low end DJs, who had the project parties. We used to go to all these project parties, but I was different at the project party. I always wanted to stare at the damn DJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
okay.
man, look at him, creative art. Look at the hands and all that. And I always loved music. You know, I always loved music because I took on a course in Chicago before I moved here, DuSable High School, which is on State Street in Chicago. They had a program, after school program. I didn't attend DuSable, but they had a program that had something to do with music. And I joined. My mother signed me up and I joined it. And so I learned how to read music at a young age, you know,
wow, okay.
very young age. So I learned how to read. So I liked the music, but didn't know where I was going with it. But for some odd reason, I liked the music, I liked the DJing. But I knew then financially I was not able to, you know, buy nothing or none of that.
Right.
So at this point, all I could do is pay $10 or $5 to get in the house party and watch the DJ, you know what I'm saying? So music always been a passion. I've never been a physical artist, but like I said, I was a DJ, and once again, in the years of being in Milwaukee and got a chance to meet the Homer Blows, the Doc B's, Tony Neal, of course. I followed them. I made fake IDs. I was following them. I wanted to get it. I wanted to learn, you know. So music is there. It's been in the heart, man.
Okay, so what was your first official gig? Like, I mean, you studied from the greats from Chicago to Milwaukee. Yeah. So when would you say DJ Kev was born?
Well, 25 years today. I was born. I think I will take back 2006, if I'm not mistaken, 2005, 6, one of them. My first started DJing was, well, no, let's go back. Let's make it back. 94, 95.
Okay.
I didn't have physical DJ equipment, but I had speakers from Radio Shack. I had receivers. You know what I'm saying? I had the tape decks. You know what I'm saying? I had the manual controller. You know what I'm saying? And what I did is on 24th Street, I was named as the DJ Kev, the official house parties, the basement parties.
So that's where it all started?
That's where it all started. Okay. I used to do basement parties, but the funny part about it wasn't it was all house music. Because once again, I'm from Chicago.
Man, the person I know and familiar with is DJ Sluggo with the house music. And house, was it ever big in Milwaukee?
House never got big in Milwaukee. But what I've learned when I moved here, because I was trying to figure out why the city wasn't accepting house music, but who did accept house music was the gay community, which is called dubsteps, two-step, techno music, however you want to put it. But was they ghetto house? Yeah, some, you know, but that community was the only one really doing house music. Even though, no disrespect, but I couldn't lock in, but I knew the DJs who was DJing for that community, like the DJ Dons, of course, Tony Neal, all that, who I said, okay, so y'all spin house music, but like I said, Tony Neal was spinning house, but Tony Neal wasn't doing Sluggo house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, oh, no, you don't know. So what I do is I go home and buy up a bunch of tapes and, you know, so come back home, and I did house parties. Literally, house basement parties packed from 20th Street all the way to 35th Street. I had a line to get in there. But see, then it wasn't really no drama. It really was. It was fun. And And I was known as DJ Kev, a Chicago dude who liked to play house music because I played it. I got my first car. I was riding around playing house because I was just a pure
Strictly house
head.
music?
I was a house head.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Okay.
and anybody know Chicago, you can't be from Chicago if you're not a house head, you know. I know houses still exist. Do house? Yeah, I go to house festivals all day. And in New York, where it all created at. We all know Studio 54 New York, that's where it all come from because I did my roots. I even went to New York and did homework about house music. So house music is just, it's we can go on and on about house, man. Woo!
So how did you make the transition and how difficult was it?
Well,
Because Milwaukee music is totally different.
man. So, like I said, in the younger days, believe it or not, got a chance to meet Ice Malone. I met, what's his name, Reality, DRE, just a lot, man, to meet these guys and where is the P? And I'm like, oh, this is Milwaukee, I like that. And so, of course, not, like I said, never gave up on my house music, but also I had to realize that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Kev, what they really doing here? So let me catch on track. And I see I've got this trend, so now my house party's still doing good, so let me get some of this music playing with that. And the trickle effect in there, and we got it all in there and all that. Because, you know, back then, we didn't have a lot of artists back then in Milwaukee, but those names I named was big names back then.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, it was major names back then. So I locked into the major, you know what I'm saying, who was holding it down, you know? And so I started playing that music in my house parties and, you know, getting it on, transitioning, and years went past. But like I say, I slacked a little bit because, of course, as I got a little older, it's time to go get a job now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, trying to get some bills paid. Also, my mother, besides being a dentist, she was a bartender. She was, she don't like to call her a bartender. She's a mixologist, as my mother say. Yeah. And so she worked for big names like Mr. J's. So she was holding down, like back in the day, 70s, and when that was going down. I was too young to get in the places, but all Mr. J's places she worked for. And actually, as a shorty, my mom used to drive up here on the weekend and work for Mr. J's when he had a place somewhere on the east side somewhere.
Okay.
See, it's a story. My mama drove from Chicago just to work for this man on weekends, so it's a story to tell with this. And so she used to work at Jackson's LT, formerly used to be Coco's. My mama had that. Oh man, Elio's, which is options now.
Yeah.
So that's what I got introduced with. I was in 1920. She let us come in, and we used to like keep the DJ up to play house music, of course. Yeah, so man, just transitioning into man, Milwaukee, man, just seeing over the years, man, Milwaukee, man, has done so much for me, man.
Yeah, man.
And
Well,
just transitioned to where I'm at today.
You've done so much for the city
Yeah.
too. You know, you've really earned your name, earned your title. So I want to ask you, how did the Core DJs find you, or did you find the Core DJs?
I found the Core. So,
tell us about that.
So 2006, I was DJing at I'm gonna say Dex. It was Dex place right there on the corner, 6th and Keith, right where the halfway house at right now. That's where it all started at. And then they opened up their other place right there on MLK and Center. It was called I forgot the name. It's right there. It's gonna come to me as I'm speaking. But those are the two places actually I was rocking that JC spot too on North Avenue, the Carter's. Carter's Corner, Carter's, all that. I was just all through there. So it started at the bars, and one day Tony Neal came, and I invited him over, and he said, "Damn, nigga, you rocking this joint." So at that time, we was in the process of transition over to CDs then, you know what I'm saying? We was doing our transition. And so I'm building my CD books up, and I'm getting, you know, people feeling me because I always had a voice, I always talked, you know, never been mic shy, you know what I'm saying? Talk, did what I had to do. But back then, I just really felt like man, I'm DJing, but I'm not DJing. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, no, I ain't ready to invite Tony yet. Let me get my stuff together. Let me go visit some old Doc B's. Let me go steal some of their transitions real fast.
Right.
And like I say, and I honestly, shout out to Doc B, who I think was the cold transition who I ever met, you know what I'm saying? Even though you got like the DJ Blades, and man, there's a story to tell when it comes to DJs in Milwaukee, man. But Doc B was the one who really I locked into back in the days, going to, what was the name of that place where Bar 41 was at now? It used to be called...
That's Zarco's, right?
Zarco's.
Yeah.
I used to always sneak in there, look at Doc B do his thing. Like I said, I always paid attention to Tony Neal when he was over at Brown's Canopy because I was doing bouncing work at that time. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, still transitioning to listen to all this stuff. And so when I did get better, I did get a chance to meet, invite Tony Neal in. And he actually accepted what I had to offer him. And right away, man, he said, "Dang, bro."
So was that like going from college to the pros for you?
Man.
Did you feel like you got drafted?
But see, even though me and Tony Neal had became friends
Right.
prior to the court.
Well, Tone is a tough cookie, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that friendship shit.
So
either you got the skills or you don't.
Yeah. So Tone said, "Yo, nigga, I like you, but that don't mean I'm finna bring you in the court."
Right.
I said, "God damn, I thought we was friends, man." He said, "We are." He said, "All right, now you need to invite some brothers through here like the Homer Blows and the guys who was in before me. You know what I'm saying? Invite them over, man. Let them see what you all about." So I did as he told me to do, and got back with me about a month after that. Came in there, I was DJing, cut the music off, and I was like, "What the hell you finna do? Like, take over? I ain't doing good?" And that's when he announced the big word, like, "Man, shout out to Kev, man. Kev, welcome to the core." And oh my God, that was like big for me back then.
That was draft night.
Yeah, that was big. And I'm safe to say, and Tony Neal could back me on this one, is I was one of the first DJs out of the core who titled the core as the DJ. And let me explain that. We know there's called the Core DJs, but a DJ never called themselves Core DJ Kev. Like,
okay,
I created that slang,
okay,
and it trickled off that. And Tony said, "Nigga, that was dope. Nigga, you know, if you was DJ Tony Neal, you're DJ Tony Neal, part of the core.
Right.
But we never thought of saying Core DJ Tony Neal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I made it official, like Core DJ Kev, Tony looked at it like, "Yo, nigga,
man,
that's hot."
Hey, that's almost as monumental as Bling Bling.
Yes. So
I mean, in the world of DJing.
Yeah. So that there opened up a can of worms to a lot of people there. But Tony really felt then, like, even using that title, saying that like that, you got to be worthy.
Yeah.
Worthy of it. And
so how many DJs, man, have tried to get you to usher them in to become a part of the core? Because you are a key figure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm responsible for a lot of DJs, man. DJ Cheerio, Music by Manny, Core DJ Romeo, even with the younger DJs who followed me, who's willing to learn the right way, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was like Cheerio said, "I want to learn." And the way, I'm gonna just backtrack a little bit. It was First Fridays at Onyx, not Oasis, Onyx. And I used to open up for Tony. And one day Tony got stuck in Dallas. It was a small, you know, they got snowstorms. So snowstorm there is like the smallest snow. They shut the whole state down. So I was forced to DJ. I remember they all ran back in and said, "Kev, Tony's stuck at the airport. You have to DJ." I said, "Huh?"
Was you nervous?
I said, wait, man. I'm used to doing about a 30-minute, 45-minute set. Here comes Tony, and I'm out the way. At this point, I'm used to bars. I take my little 70, 80 people. I'm happy. Now, you're talking about 5, 6, 7, 800 people I have to cater to. Obi said, "Hey, man, hey, man, we need you, man. Don't back down." You know, Obi stopped to Obi, man, I love him, who really, another person who allowed and chanced me and gave me that chance in that big world. And so I got so scared, man, I said, "Obi, do me a favor. Bring me a bottle of Hennessy over here and a couple of Red Bulls. And let me throw my cap to the back and let me do what I got to do." And I winged it that night. I did everything I was supposed to do. I had people come to the DJ booth saying, "Where Tony Neal at?" I said, "What you mean? He's not here." They said, "I swear I thought he was here. I heard his voice." So then now my name didn't change. Now I'm called Tony Neal Jr. I am called Tony Neal Jr. because once again, I love my brother so much. I follow him, and I like how he talked on the mic. I like how he did what he did. So I was branded as Tony Neal Jr.
A true
at that
student
point.
of the game,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, because every time I sing you DJ, you throw your hat to the back. So is that when it started that night?
That's when it's kickoff mode. You know what I'm saying? It's really, I'm in mode, man. That's like, to me, I start like this, and then if that hat goes to the back, that means one of two things. I got to get this thing cracking, or it's after 12 o'clock and it's time to turn up.
So is the Hennessy and the Red Bull still a ritual?
Yeah, Hennessy and Red Bull is part of my life, which is Hennessy is endorsement, and Red Bull just became endorsement about a year ago. So
Okay. Man, DJing has opened up so many doors for you. Have you ever imagined that the first time you played with a turntable that you would be where you are now?
man, I tell you this, man, I always wanted to be the Jazzy Jeff. I always wanted to be the Jam Master Jay. You know, I always wanted to be those names. And so, but I never imagined being where I'm at today.
That it would take you this far, huh?
And
Man, let me ask you a question, man. How does it feel to DJ for Juvie? Like,
wow, I'll tell you, my brother, man, I love that brother. Once again, I became a core DJ in 2006. Later in 2006, Tony Neal had a big party at Onyx, and Juvenile was a guest, one of the guests of his big party he threw. And he was running short on time. He said, Kev, can you go pick Juvenile up from the airport? I did. I ended up meeting Juvenile, ended up meeting Aubrey, which is Juvenile long time's manager. He's been through some managers, but Aubrey always been that head manager. Met both of those guys and his brother, CEO. And Juvie back then, Juvie used to travel with his little mini studio. So he ready for whatever, you know what I'm saying? I call it the ultimate hustle package. You know? You want to record what? You want a verse? Come on, we go to my hotel, we can set up shop. So that's how him and Ray Rizzy locked in and all that stuff. But I ended up traveling with Juve from the airport, taking him to the hotel, getting him something to eat, took him to Boston Market, which he enjoyed Boston Market over there on Port Washington.
Yeah.
So we stayed at the hotel right across the street from there. And, so Tony Neal introduced me. Once I picked Juve up and all that, we all locked in. And so I was a little shy then, but when Tony Neal introduced Juvie to me in Fishie's, he said, yo, this is Kev. This is the next best thing that's gonna happen to the core. This nigga, I've seen this nigga run this motherfucker. This is how Tony talking to Juvie.
Oh, yeah.
And Juvie like, damn, for real. So me and Juvie end up, after the show and all that, we end up going to my hotel. We sitting there laughing, talking, drinking. He recorded, just doing a lot of stuff. We just went to a conversation, went in, and I asked things that you can't be scared to ask is, man, brother, what the tour life is like. I'm asking these questions because I'm not, at this point, I'm a fan.
Right.
Anybody know then, anybody
Yeah.
would love to sit down with the Juvies and the Birdmans and all that. So got a chance to talk to him, chopped up, and I asked him a question. I said, how do I become a celebrity DJ? Or I said, let me take that back. How do I become a DJ of a person like you? Because I noticed you don't have a DJ. He said, Kev, I always got a DJ. I said, what you mean? He said, Manny Fresh. I said, damn. But I asked.
Right.
He said, I'm glad you asked though, bro. He said, man, bro. I said, bro, will it be okay for me to just hang out with you, travel with you, but at my cost, just to see what's going on? He said, bro, that's no problem, bro. I did that, of course. I was on his tour bus. I seen everything, but I called myself like a intern at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So I got a chance to see a little small things, and then things, Juvie, and then I think Katrina, something happened, things changed. But me being a friend who I was, and nobody know the story, and Juvie actually told this story, if I'm not on the porch. He ran into an issue with Katrina. I think he moved his wife over to Atlanta. They stayed in Atlanta for a while, but Juvie came here. He was with me.
Okay.
Nobody knew that. Just chilling though. And he'll tell you the story. I was in Milwaukee doing Katrina, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we was in low key though. We was just chilling. He's trying to regroup, figure things out. you know, like, man, because Katrina was a bad thing for them. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
As a matter of fact, I think this history just went past about a couple of weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago that I think they have it. But yeah, it was bad for them then. So, but all I could do then is put my mind at work, and how we became tight is my mouth. And my mouth, hey man, we in Madison. Hey man, why don't you book Juvie? Why don't you do this, book that? I'm still not his DJ.
The Milwaukee came out.
You know, Milwaukee, yeah. That's what I told you. Milwaukee gave me a gift for a gab, boy. So I'm marketing him across the map. It's just phone calls and, you know what I'm saying, trying to use my core power back then. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, there was no social media back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to market him via mouth. You know what I'm saying? So now we traveling. Mind you, I'm still not his DJ.
Right.
I'm just making me $2 or $3. Maybe major dollars. You know what I'm saying? Because he like, Kev, I appreciate you putting bread and butter on my table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And things change, and then things start. Kev, I need you, dog.
Yeah.
Called me in one day like, Kev, one of the DJs canceled something for a concert event, and then from that point on, you know.
It was on.
It was on.
Y'all created a brotherhood, man, that's unbreakable.
Yeah.
Man, I can speak for us being long time Cash Money. I mean,
yeah,
everybody in Milwaukee loved Cash Money at a
Yeah.
point in time, and then for you to actually become part of the legacy,
yes.
that's huge.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Whoa, man, that was big, man, because like I say, being a fan is one thing, but becoming just not his DJ brother or however you want to title me, but became a locked in brother.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to him right now, he'll say, that's my brother.
Yeah.
And he always crack jokes with Tony Neal, say, Tony, I don't need you, nigga, no more, nigga. That's my nigga, I don't need you, nigga. Kev is my go-to guy, you know.
You know what's funny? You just did the move, and you moved just like him when you did it.
Yeah.
You've been around him that much.
Yeah, man, that's brother,
You
man.
moved just like him. Man, let's talk about your love for motorcycles, man.
Oh, my God,
The
man.
Incredible Hulk.
No, Mr. James St. Patrick.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes. It is green, though.
It's green, though, now. That's why, I saw it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Incredible Hulk coming down the street.
And so I had that bike built in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I spent a lot of money on the bike, but never seen it. So when it did get shipped to me, it finally got here. The color scheme, everything was, you know, awesome. And first thing I could think of was green and all that stuff. So I said, I'm gonna call it Mr. James St. Patrick. At this point in time, I'm looking at, of course, power.
Yeah.
Thinking about power. Then I'm thinking about green St. Patrick's Day. So let's put that together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got creative with that. That bike actually been on some of the major showroom floors. Custom helmets. My boy from Power even signed my helmet. He posted my bike, you know,
Okay.
because it's signature him, you know what I'm saying?
So, are you a part of any bike clubs?
I'm retired now. 20 years in. I was part of the #1 Stunners Motorsport Club. Did 20 years with them. I'm officially retired now.
Okay. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, but did 20 strong years with them. One of the biggest motorsport clubs in the United States right now. Actually, they got a chapter in Japan, and they got a chapter in Hawaii too as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I retired 20 years of the game, bro. It's like, oh man, had some of the fun, some days, some things I can't even talk about, but we even had fun, but also my club, what I liked about my club, out of all clubs, and no disrespect to no bike club, is I think #1 Stunners will probably is and always remain probably one of the stronger clubs around. And what I mean by that is, man, we did things right. You know, you could be us if you'd have had the right credentials, meaning the proper M on your endorsement on your bike, on your driver's license, insurance, you know what I'm saying? Full coverage insurance. We wanted to make sure that each and last one of us was covered, make sure we was okay, because we didn't want to run into no legal problems and nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I can't talk for all clubs. I know this club was really big on that, and it still is big on that today, you know what I'm saying?
So from the bike life to DJing, I mean, you a real life night owl, huh?
Yeah, man. You figure I DJ'd for some of the biggest bike clubs from the West Coast to the East Coast and to the South that I had to DJ for. Like, and these, like to be a DJ and for these bigger right clubs who man, like hard to get in, like you got to be somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. So, Kev, what would you give an up and coming DJ? What kind of advice would you give him? Because you came from the mud way, and you got yours the hard way.
Yeah.
Is there an easier route?
I don't want to use the word easy because I don't believe in easy. A lot of DJs today, my younger DJs, I always have to end up telling them this, even though they feel like they can go buy a MacBook and upload the program. And like I said, this ain't no disrespect, but this is what I see all day, every day, is they could go buy a MacBook, go put the Serato program on there, and go grab about a good 100 Milwaukee songs. I'm talking Milwaukee only right now because this is where I'm from. Oh, I'm a DJ because you got every Milwaukee artist on there. Now you're a DJ. You know, if you want to tie yourself, that's fine. But are you a DJ for the moment, or are you want to plan on DJing for a long time, or what are your goals? Because you can't just say I'm a DJ, and then you're going to get what your worth is, because all you're able to provide us is one platform, and that's MKE Music, which salute dopest music around, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But as a DJ, you got to be transitioned.
Okay.
This is a legit story. I tell a story. Me and O over at Prime Social, I remember we started brunch over there. Okay. Which is, we did something different for the city because at that time it was trending in ATL, of course, you know. So we started that, and we set it up so good to the point that the program laid out as the beginning of, as we take off, it'd be an R&B moment. Midday, we'll bump it up to, you know, 90s, 2000, you know, and then I call it a power hour. I hit it with that today's hits, boom, 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 and then bring them back down. Okay. Fine, it worked fine. So now we done got catered. People come from Madison, Kenosha. Right now we getting people feeling our vibe because we was hidden in all different departments. Right. If that makes sense. Yeah. And now we did what we had to do. But Mr. O said, no, we got to do some more, man. We got to do some more, Kev. I said, okay, cool. So we got lost. We both admitted we got lost. We got lost. So we transition change, time change. So we started going more of the younger route. You know what I'm saying? And after I realized it got all the way young, DJ Kev had to bag out. So when you say bag out, what do you mean? Because I wasn't able, as a national DJ, I can't set myself up to give you 4 hours or 5 hours of just, I call it, I'm not gonna provide 4 to 5 hours of a Milwaukee platform music in 4 hours. But what I then do is, I could do it, but I'm not gonna give you 4 hours of it because I'm a national DJ. I mean, I can't be stuck in one lane. Okay. Meaning, I have to do what I have to do on a national level, you know. But if that's what you want, let's help you find somebody to get you that. Absolutely. If that's what you want. I just can't be stuck in lane because I stream when I DJ, and also I upload my playlist to Tony. Every DJ that's part of the core got to upload their playlist at the end of the day. And so I just couldn't be able to provide it. I wasn't going to provide it because, and then before where we are today is, so let me just say this. Milwaukee music, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it more today than back then. We grew so much, man. We finding where we at, man. We getting the attention we need. And yes, do DJ Kev play Milwaukee? I got everything y'all think I don't got, I got. And I done played all the big hits on the big stages, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, as a national DJ, I can't sit there and provide 4 hours of that. Got you. So at that point in time, that's when we had started grooming, like DJ Nudie at that time. Okay. Grooming him in, because he was helping me out like at courtside. I was over there working for Jimmy Earl, filling in for me here and there. So Nudie came in, and what I like about Nudie is he was more of a listener DJ, you know, like he's a young DJ, but he got an old soul, man. Okay. And he remind me of me. And that's what you look for, right? Wow. He remind me of me. Okay. He got a heck of a playlist, and I love it. So Kev, rumor has it, man, that you're
entrepreneur around here, man, that you done made some major investments on the hush hush.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about that, or do we want to just keep that
Hey
under
man,
wraps?
hey man, do what we gotta do, man, because
Let's
that's
talk
why
about it then.
I work out. Hey man, I am a part owner of Zippy's Car Wash, of course. That's on East Capitol. I don't have no affiliated with the one over there by Speed Queen.
Right.
My cousin does. My cousin, he controls that. We controls that together over on the east side. We got some more major things coming up. Of course, just continue buying property, doing what I had supposed to do. And that was my biggest investment with that. I did do some investments in the past. I've owned tow truck companies. I used to do repossessions, of course, all that stuff, work for the banks. Back then, diesel gas shot up high.
Mm-hmm.
So before I went broke or trying to keep it up, I ended up selling the company out, so I didn't have the debt over my head, of course.
Okay.
So doing the transition with the car wash was still going good today, you know what I'm saying? I support everybody who support us, you know what I'm saying? So Zippy's Car Wash, y'all, East Capitol, the old Jimbos.
Hey,
come on through.
Congratulations on that, man. So, Kev, if somebody wants to book you or just get some consulting or some business tips, man, how could they get
Well, I'll
with
tell you, man, DJ Kev is on every last platform, and I live by the signature name, Core DJ Kev. It's not hard to find me. I respond to all my DMs. I'm never too cocky for that part, you know what I'm saying? I respond to all DMs, and most definitely, I'm open for any consultant, any DJs that's trying to learn the game, any DJs that's trying to open up. Most definitely, I'm open for all ears. I love you. Feel free if I'm available. Come. I had a couple DJs hanging out with me last night over at Upper Yard.
Okay.
They looking for internship, just trying to learn the game, man. And I would never, ever turn my back on someone who's trying to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I know where I came from. So yes, Kevin, DJ Kev, showing love back, man. Because I know where my blessings came from. I live off blessings, so my blessings to give back, man. So most definitely, any bookings, y'all know how to hit me, man. Like DJ Kev, all platforms, Core DJ Kev for every platform it is, man. I'm talking about everything. It's Core DJ Kev. Hit me up. Feel free, man.
Say, man, you heard it there. Hey, Kev, man, I want to thank you for coming on the platform, man. Sitting on the cold red couch.
Cold red, baby.
You know, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm the playmaker, and that's Core DJ Kev, and we out.